When did you learn about obviously, you have this incredible connection with Rihanna and even Joan Jet, right? So were
Yeah.
those kind of your role models growing up and people that you because Joan Jett, I think, came a little bit later from Shrek, which
Yeah.
is interesting how you discovered her, right? But talk to me about your connection with artists like that.
She was like a sneaky discovery because I discovered her from Shrek, but then I didn't know who she was until like I got older. And then what really made me feel like I was inspired by her was the Runaways movie.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy because I watched The Runaways and it made me cry.
You knew that just from watching
I
that
knew
movie.
that the minute I saw the movie, I said, I'm going to go on tour. I'm going to. It's going to be somebody's tour. I want to start a band. Like, I was like, I want to start a band. I don't know. It was a weird feeling. It was like a sixth sense type of thing. Like,
So in a way, maybe The Runaways inspired you to do music.
no, that for sure did. Kind of crazy because if I hadn't seen that movie and if I hadn't seen what they went through, and I think it's crazy that movies can do that, honestly.
And talk about a crazy story. Kim Fowley, I don't know if you remember in the movie, but he was the one that was like writing the songs. And it's really, they had faced a lot of adversity early on. So also there's an incredible story of persistence and hope and how they made it after all that, you know?
Persistence, hope, and style.
Yeah.
Style was like my favorite thing about Joan Jett because in the time where she talks about in the movie, everyone is doing this prissy Barbie doll shit, this pinup girl bullshit. And she comes in with her leather jacket and her black hair and her black liner and she's sounding like the guys. And she's holding her weight up against the guys. And it's like during that time, it was like unheard of.
Exactly.
And she got a lot of flack for it until she didn't. And now, you know, if you're ever watching anything, there's probably a Joan Jett record in there. And they probably couldn't even get the real version. They got some other bitch singing it over. Like, she's too, like, bro, I love her. I love her so much.
She's still great. I love that. So talk to me about that happened. And then obviously about 2014, you start making music and mixtapes.
Yes.
And talk to me about your journey into that. And obviously early on, you didn't really need to make records. It was all about mixtapes for you.
Yeah.
So talk to me about that discovery process and getting early into the mixtape phase of your life.
Well, I feel like mixtapes were always like people do very easily, very fast. So it never seemed like an unattainable thing. I think my biggest thing was like, where am I posting this? So thank God that there was a SoundCloud thing happening. And thank God that there was a Spinrilla at the time. And like, it was just so many places to post music outside of just YouTube. And again, like YouTube would have been good, but I don't have a video. Like, I'm not having anybody do videos or anything like that because I'm still in high school.
Yeah.
I feel like the first time I ever made a mixtape, yeah, it took 2 weeks. And then anger management took 1 week. And that's like the people love it. And they say it's critically acclaimed,
Definitely.
whatever.